Okay, it's recording. Everybody, I wonder.
What?
I think both of those things are supposed to be recording.
Which one?
Really?
Ryan?
Well, it says camera 1, camera 2, camera 3.
It does say no disc on it,
On number
Yeah.
2.
but I'm not no professional, so.
Sometimes he comes in here. I'm going to ask him.
And it's red. Catherine. Oh, wait.
What do I know?
The second circle supposed to be going through. Is the second circle where it says 1, 2?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
Stay in your lane, Katie.
Sorry.
I appreciate that.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, here
Hi, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming on. We like to just start these off when we have a guest. Just tell a little bit about yourself, who you are. Yeah,
Gosh, a personal intro.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I'm Catherine Lockhart. I am kind of in my full profession, a non-toxic, clean beauty and wellness living type influencer. I got into that from doing M&A consulting at Deloitte, so
Okay.
a very odd foray, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And I just started a skincare company that's all non-toxic skincare called Shelter Skin. We launched in April.
You're doing all the things too. It's amazing.
All of the things, and even more things are coming this year too, which is just adding to the overall stress of my life.
Yeah.
But it's so fun. So I think that's the gist.
All right, I love that. When you got into like non-toxic skincare, what was like the trigger for you to like start doing that?
Yeah, so this is a story I tell all the time because it's really just the genesis of Shelter Skin in general. When I came to Austin, I was seeing this guy and I wasn't on birth control. Didn't get my period back for like multiple years. And I was like, ooh, okay, what's like going on there? And
Yeah.
then he was paleo.
Okay.
Never heard of that in my entire life.
Yeah.
I had like a very kind of young girl concept of nutrition. This was kind of before social media was like protein and
Yeah.
cottage cheese.
All
and
the
stuff,
things,
you know?
cottage cheese.
Like we just, I was like calories, a calorie, whatever. And I really had never heard it. Like he was trying to get me to listen to these health podcasts because he was a little older and he was like, why are you like this? And I was like, why are you like this? So I was listening to these podcasts and I was like, what are these words I'm hearing? I've never heard of such a thing. Like I was hearing about endocrine disruptors and I
Yeah.
was like, you're telling me my perfume is bad for me? I used to work at Sephora in college.
Yeah.
So for me, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like that math is not mathing. What are you talking
Yeah.
about, right? And the more I was learning about PCOS, because I was really trying to fix it, the more I was kind of looking at all of my products and
Yeah.
like really turning them over and being like, okay, what's in this? And for me, I really could not find any skincare products that I thought worked really well, were comparable in like quality and experience
Yeah.
as my normal Sephora product.
right.
And also looked really beautiful on a shelf. I
Yeah.
think a lot of natural skincare, and no hate to the natural skincare community because I think they're doing amazing things.
For sure,
I
yeah.
really want more brands to be acting like them and putting care into the ingredients and everything, but the packaging is not the primary purpose of
Yeah,
the product.
right.
A lot of them are kind of in basic jars and they're not super cute, they're not aesthetic, they're not
Yeah.
gonna fit in those like Pinterest influencer flat lays.
Right.
You're not putting it next to your Byredo and Gizi
Yeah.
products and all that. And I was like, it feels like there's such a gap in the market for things like that. And I was sharing this kind of thought process on
Yeah.
TikTok, which was where my main platform was at the time. And I was showing like making body butters in my kitchen. And everyone was like, you should sell this. And I was like, no. Like, I was like, you don't want to buy this one.
Yeah.
Okay? Like maybe like, at least for me, it was like, okay, they want this.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to make it a product that's actually sellable.
Right.
Because like you didn't want the first iteration
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
this product. But I think about 35 iterations later, it became a product that I was willing to sell.
Yeah.
And, we got the packaging right and I made it the exact brand that I would want
Wanted,
it to be.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I got started in the natural skincare industry. And that's how Shelter Skin came to be.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So in the 35 iterations that you did, were you doing these still all in your kitchen or at this
Yeah.
point? Wow.
So we actually are fully vertically integrated to this day. We make all of our products by hand in our warehouse in South Austin. My fiance does it full time with me. He also quit his job.
Yeah, I was
at
just about to
Deloitte.
ask. When did he
Wow.
quit?
Yeah, so he actually took a leave of absence when
Okay.
we first started because we were a little, who knows,
Yeah.
if it was gonna work. We had no idea.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even find like a good flex space at the time for shelters. So we were actually utilizing a property that I own.
Okay.
And like using the entire downstairs floor for it. So it was like set up like a full
Yeah.
bakery. And we operated like that for about 4 months until it really just wasn't feasible. But there
Yeah.
really was no other way for us to do it. The costs were way too high.
Yeah.
And we didn't take any investors. I self-funded the whole thing. So we were really cognizant in the beginning and really didn't want to bite off more than we can chew, which
Yeah.
I think is kind of an issue for new skincare brands for a lot of founders.
More than skincare brands.
Yeah.
Like all
any
the above.
brand,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, because I mean, I have an influence,
Right.
but I'm not like a 15 million
Right.
follower
Right.
influencer, so you never know how it's going to go. And like, I was getting a lot of great feedback, but it's, maybe there's like 20 people commenting on,
Right.
not thousands and thousands.
Right.
So I really didn't want to go the lab route. The quotes I got from them were absolutely egregious.
Right.
It was like $150,000, had to do 10,000 SKUs.
Yeah.
And for us too, we're so lucky that we didn't do that because as a small business, when we started going from making like, 3 at a time
Right.
in my kitchen, like for me personally, to
Yeah.
scaling to say like 50 in a day, right?
Yeah.
We had to change our formula and our manufacturing so much, and even our packaging. Like we started with a different gasket for the top. Now we use a heat seal because it's so damn hot in Austin.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and it's a heat sensitive product.
Yeah.
It's all natural. And like it was when it got really, really hot, it was starting to like leak.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, we need to make the tallow harder. We
Right.
need to change the type of like seal we're using. And all of these things, if we had just purchased those 10,000 units, sent them to a 3PL, we would have been screwed.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we couldn't have done,
Yeah.
like it would have been a complete loss.
Right.
So we're actually really fortunate that we were almost like forced to start the business
Yeah.
this way. And even now, like we get to pivot so quickly. And I think that's one of the best parts about the business. So like our lip glosses are a great example.
Yeah.
When we first launched the lip elixirs, they had a stopper, and it wasn't taking all of the product off. And for like a few people, we've gotten a few emails about
Yeah.
it like leaking in their purse because it was like getting on the outside. You know how
Yeah.
Fenty lip glosses
Yeah, yeah.
are like so messy.
Yes. They're
And
so messy.
so
it's everywhere.
Yeah, and so like I was like, oh my god, that's
Yeah.
like if one person emails me about something, I'm like, hold on, let me fix this right
Yeah.
now. And so I immediately went and got new stoppers, and
Yeah.
I think we launched the lip elixirs in November, and they have new stoppers as of like halfway through or early November.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I feel like with those kind of things too, you have to have a quick turnaround because I think the demand that you're creating for them is pretty high.
Yeah, and I think too, like the customers really appreciate when you make that change. For
Yeah.
them. And I think a lot of people give us a lot of grace because we are so small
Yeah.
and like so founder led. And I think we really try to emphasize that through our marketing and like really giving people like a BTS of
Right.
how to run how our business runs.
Yeah.
And I'm very open about everything.
Yeah.
Almost to a fault sometimes. And so I think they give us a lot of grace. So like even when I posted a story that we had changed the stoppers, like we got like 10 people being like, oh my gosh, wait, I'm so glad you changed them.
Oh, that's
And I was
really
like, you guys
sweet.
should have said something.
Yeah, like always say.
I know.
But it's like nice that people are being kind and be like, okay,
Yeah.
they're figuring it out, but also you're like, but we really do appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
Because what we don't know, we can't fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, feedback was just so funny, right? Because I probably have 40 of those glosses strewn about every person.
Right.
And I've never had one leak before.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa.
The
like,
randomness
that-
of it all too.
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy to just selling products like this, especially ones that have a scent to them.
Yeah.
Like the totally different experiences that two people can have with the exact same product is
Right.
really mind blowing.
Oh, yeah. I believe that. I mean, we see that all the time in the salon, too.
Oh yeah. Everybody's sensitivities are so different. We work with Davines right now and it's an all natural line, but like I have a more sensitive scalp to more natural products when it comes to that. And so I had to like kind of work through the part of getting through the sensitive scalp with it. And now it's fine. But some people are like, I can't do this. It's like irritating. It's just so interesting. Everybody's experience. It's so different.
All of it, from scents to feels to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's
textures.
Flavor for everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you got into the influencer world, what was that like for you?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
Yeah,
It was so much fun. I
it
mean,
is a fun world.
when I was at Sephora in college, that's where I worked like
Yeah.
senior year of high school all through college. And it was the best job ever because
Yeah.
I loved beauty so much.
Yeah.
And like we got gratis. It was like Christmas. It
Yes.
was so much fun. And I'm just such a beauty geek. Like
Yeah.
I loved it. And when I started on TikTok, when I really dove into it and was like, I'm going to do this for real. Like, I was strictly a beauty influencer, not really a non-toxic creator for about, I'd say, like a year and a half. I was just making I was making perfume videos, which I wouldn't dream of making unless they were non-toxic ones. But like, I was having the best time, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Christmas every day. You get so many products. Like, the PR is just unbelievable. I've gotten myself off almost every PR list at this point now, because I just felt it felt so excessive when I wasn't going to use it or talk about it.
Right.
I mean, everything I would donate anyway, but you know, it was just.
I mean, some of the things that I see, like just even with new creators, the PR packages that they get, I'm like, at what point does it just become too excessive?
Yeah, I mean, with the whole thing, that point hit me about a year when I started learning to just more about the non-toxic side of stuff, and I just kind of at one point felt like a cog in the marketing wheel of these larger brands. And it was also one of the reasons why I really wanted to do my own thing, because I was like, I'm just like a line in their marketing budget, and I'm doing so much for them, and I don't really feel like I'm doing a lot for the people following me. And I just really didn't feel aligned to that space anymore. So I stopped saying yes to a lot of collaborations. Even now, like, my manager probably hates me. She has to work so hard to get me brands that I'm willing to work with now, because my requirements are so strict. Like, and she reps a ton of people. So like, you know, they'll do like any old hair care thing, and like I will do like the most random ones, And then those brands too, they're very similar to our brand usually, where we just started or we're just a small business, and like they don't have the budget, L'Oreal. So I mean, I think she makes it work, which I'm really happy about that. And she's really great for, you know, kind of working with me on that, because I think a lot of managers would probably be like, this is
we're not a good fit anymore.
But I always think, for me, like when I talk about you, I'm like, I trust everything that she puts out, because I know that you're so methodical on how you do it, and you truly believe in the products that you do. Whereas a lot of influencers that you see now, you know, I think it's a really cool industry, and there's like a lot of reach that can happen, but a lot of them are just saying yes to it all, which I think in the beginning, at some point, you kind of do. But I really love your approach to it all, because I think that's a very unique approach that not a lot of people have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did your following have a hard time? Like, so if you started off in like the whole Sephora world and like all the big products that are out there right now, was it hard for them to be like, wait a second, we were just talking about Fenty lip gloss, now we're talking about tallow skincare. What's happening?
So yes, it really was. And it actually took a huge hit on my engagement on TikTok. So I started on TikTok, and now I started on TikTok, and I had maybe like the followers that I had from being a normal person on Instagram. And I was not cross-posting whatsoever. And when I started making this switch, like my engagement on TikTok just plummeted. Like my videos were being shown to no one. And like, I think with TikTok, like any creator will be like, oh, it feels like none of my videos are getting pushed out. Like, I was getting like messages from people being like, I never see your stuff anymore, and I was like, I can tell. And so,
I know.
And so obviously as a creator, you're like, ooh, okay, probably should figure this out, because like that's your, like, no brand wants to pay you if you're getting like 1,000 views on a post, you know? So that was really when I pivoted and like really doubled down on Instagram. So what I did was I took all of my kind of like greatest hits from my TikTok and started posting them over there, and then and those weren't necessarily non-toxic either. So I would say that I kind of was like halfway through that shift, but like not fully where I am like I go now. But so I started with those just so I could have some content, because I was like, I want to start creating a like Instagram strategy, essentially, to like grow my personal brand in the space that I want it to be in, which I knew I wanted it to be in that non-toxic space, but I also knew that I needed a backlog of videos for people to watch if they were gonna follow me, you know, like if one girl, like if you're like, oh, that's a nice video, and she has like 2 videos on her profile, like, what are you gonna do about that, right? So that's kind of where I started, just so I could have like a catalog of things for people, and then I like really planned it. I kind of planned out a few series that I thought would do really well, and like really doubled down on those, and just like kept creating them. And I was posting them on both places, on like Instagram and TikTok, but my Instagram grew like crazy within like the last year. So I started, or I guess a year and a half, time really flies.
I know, it flies.
But I mean, I remember it was like last December. And I was like, okay, I'm really like going in. I'm posting every single day. I'm doing it around this exact niche. And I think it was the perfect time where not everyone was
Right.
posting yet on Instagram, and like there were still a lot of creators that were really just on TikTok. And
Yeah.
everyone's a little more on both now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the ban like really scared people enough
For
to
sure.
do
They're
it.
like, this is how I pay my bills.
Yeah, I
Figure
mean,
this
yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah.
scary. And yeah, so I really doubled down and started doing that. And then I had a few series that did really well. It was like my non-toxic
Yeah.
series. Like,
Right.
gosh, what was the tagline? I had like a strong hook that I
Yeah.
used for every video. So
Right.
it was like pretty recognizable. And I mean, every time I'd post a video like that, it would go like viral. And I grew to like over 100K in, less than a year. And now I have, I think, like 180.
That's amazing.
So cool. I feel like right now is such a unique time for that space too, because I remember like I went through this season of life years ago where I was like super crunchy. Like I worked at Mac for years. So like I was in the same kind of world,
Yeah.
right? And then I went through this like season of life where I was like watching all these documentaries about energy, and I would like eat really clean, and
Yeah.
I was like very self-righteous on Facebook and all these things, posting all this
On
stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember I would talk about like cleaner products back then, but it was like people were like, you're crazy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're like, you're just a crazy hippie. You
Yeah.
know, I was driving a Prius and like
Yeah.
all of the things. And now I feel like there's this huge movement where even some like somebody in Oklahoma is like,
Right.
oh, I'm doing clean stuff now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like people in Austin or
Yeah, the
Oregon
big
or
cities.
right, or people that typically lean towards that. Now it's kind of seems like it's sweeping
Yeah.
the world.
I feel like too with women, like now you hear more about like it's harder to get pregnant or periods or all the things with like PCOS, your thyroid, all the things, and it all is collectively coming down to one shift. And I think that people are really interested in it. And there's a lot of like false facts out there. And so, I mean, for myself, I always really appreciate the approach of like, this is how it happened to me, telling your own story with it. So yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. There's like a few hair brands too that they had situations
Yeah.
like that where they created something out of a necessity for themselves, and now it's turned into like very well-known popular
Yeah.
brands, which
Yeah.
is so cool.
And I've seen that shift very personally on like from the comments on
Yeah.
my own content. So when I first started posting those non-toxic swaps videos, like
Yeah.
I would get the craziest comments of people being like, this is fear monger, or like this is a lie, like oh,
Right.
yeah, like you're telling me like
Right.
my perfume or like my sunscreen is bad for me, right? And I mean it's all, I'm not citing any, like I'm not gonna say something unless I have a research study backing it.
Right,
like,
for sure.
Just because I know that that's the first thing people are going to ask.
Yeah.
And I would always list them in the captions and everything. And, I had like a company blog post if you wanted to learn more.
Right.
And all this, but I never get comments like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
literally ever.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Well,
it
and I
seems
think
like
that-
there's been a big cultural shift.
I agree.
so.
Yeah. I think even for us too, like I remember we started this like obviously in June. We were like, let's go with a personal trainer. We did a functional medicine doctor doing all of our blood work and stuff, and just the small shifts that we made, like not to the extent that you've done yet, but I think the small shifts that we're making in our lifestyle too, I feel like I feel different.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's really all you can do. I feel like with this non-toxic thing, like people think that I am like, as non-toxic as it gets, which
Yeah.
I probably am.
Yeah.
Like I also have access to all of it.
Right.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I think there's, I'm kind of the opinion of like, if you have products, use them until you're done and then make the switch.
For
like
sure.
I'm not telling everyone like, get
Yeah.
out of these,
Yeah.
But I do think that like people find it at their own pace, and like
Yeah.
I'll give you the information, but I'm not saying like I'm not trying to like convince people that they have to do it immediately. I
Yeah.
just want you to have more knowledge about it, because I think that like when I was learning about endocrine disruptors, it blew my mind. I was
Right.
like, I had no idea this existed, and I think that's kind of the majority of the population, a little
Right.
less so now.
Right.
But it's kind of like informed consent, Like,
Yeah.
I want people to know what they're putting on and in their bodies, and then very similar to what you were saying, it's like they'll find that at the right time for them.
Absolutely.
I found it because of a health issue. I think that happens with tons of people.
Yeah.
Or maybe their kids have like health issues. Maybe they're sensitive to fragrances,
Yeah.
and then they start. That's very similar to the Branch Basics founder.
Right.
She had a really crazy story with her child, and that's kind of what led them to Branch Basics.
And I love Branch Basics.
Yeah, I mean,
So
they're
good.
great.
Yeah.
They're literally great. I mean, it's what more could you ask for?
Right.
It's a cleaning product, but I really do think people find it on their own time.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
And the things with like doctors and stuff with endocrine disruptors, it's not talked about enough of like, why is this happening? Could there be another level to this? And it's really just like, it's just how your body is. And you're like,
Yeah.
how many times can I hear that?
I know.
You know?
Well, I think the medical system is very segmented. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, we have different doctors for different problems on different areas of
Yeah.
your body. And unless you're really going to like a holistic functional doctor, you're not going to really have a conversation about how everything works in
Right.
unison.
Yeah.
And, you know, like if you go to a specialist, they'll prescribe you something for that one issue you're having in that one
Exactly.
area. They're not necessarily giving you the information about how your other areas of your body and lifestyle could be impacting that.
Yeah.
That's kind of by design
Yeah.
of our medical system, but also like they're amazing to have for like life-threatening surgeries and acute
Totally.
issues, and like it definitely needs to be a thing. But yeah, oftentimes they're just like, not looking at the whole picture. And
Yeah.
I love that people are now starting to see the whole picture, because
Right.
your body doesn't function like in a silo. You
Yeah.
know, like each thing is like
Connected and
so-
it's working together.
Yeah, like your body, your brain is so smart.
Yes.
And every single thing talks to each other.
Yeah.
And like I'm having so much acne right now. Like
Yeah.
my skin is flaring up more.
Where?
Than,
Show me.
I
where.
know. Your skin is
I'm trying to focus on what you're saying because your skin is so good that I'm like, I want a list of every single product she's using.
we can go over that.
Yeah.
But I've been having these acne flare-ups,
Yeah.
and it started right after I got food poisoning. And I'm like, okay, I really think there's some sort of like gut disruption going on
Absolutely.
here. So now I'm doing like an MRT, a Dutch test, and a GI map.
Yeah.
Because like it's so uncharacteristic for my skin.
Right.
Whereas I think if I was younger, I would go to the dermatologist,
Yeah.
be putting like a topical steroid on it, like something,
sure.
you know, or like be considering like spironolactone or something
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, I think about all the problems that I had when I was younger or in
Oh,
college,
yeah.
where I was probably destroying my gut with copious
Absolutely.
amounts of alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember I had this acne on my forehead, like little closed comedones that I just could not get rid of,
Yeah.
no matter what I did. And that was like the bane of my existence. And I was like, man, if only I'd known back then
Right.
what I know now, like
Yeah.
other places I could have looked to try and like solve the root cause.
Right. Where it's
Yeah.
just like slapped on, it's a hormone disruptor and whatever. You're just hormonal. And you're like, okay, well, back to the party.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I really would have made the changes back then.
No, I
but-
definitely wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you don't know what you're talking about.
You have to be
went
ready
medical
for it
school?
for
Yeah.
sure. Hand me my White Claw.
Yes. Well, what's next for Shelter Skin?
Oh my goodness. Well, we are approaching our very first Black Friday.
Okay.
I'm very scared.
Yeah.
It'll be a crazy week.
I know I am just a little terrified. But I'm hoping that we're going to have like enough inventory and everything for it.
Yeah.
So we're doing a cute little Black Friday deal. I have like a cute like gift with purchase. That's this beautiful burgundy silk hair tie with it too. So
Oh my God, I love it.
Perfect.
But we have a lot of products launching. So
Yeah.
we only started with the body butter.
Yeah.
Now I think we have about 6 or 7 SKUs. We have launched the holiday lip duos, which
Yeah.
are limited edition, and then the candle. And I'm trying to remember.
Are the lip duos still in stock? Okay, I need to order them today.
Yeah, so what's cool is like they're all in the same jar. So
Right.
like we have like over 10,000 lip gloss jars.
Yeah.
And this was kind of the only way I could order glass
Okay.
jars. I had to order
Yeah.
10,000. Like no one would let me order fewer. Like I don't know why. I guess this is why no one makes lip gloss in glass jars.
Right, yeah.
One, they're more expensive.
Yeah.
And 2, you have to buy tons of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
10,000 it is.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. I was like, you can't wiggle, no wiggle room on that one.
No.
So I have 10,000 glass jars, right?
Great.
So I purposefully made them clear so that the color would differentiate
Yes.
whatever it is to an extent, right? Like if they're both clear with different flavors, you won't be able to tell. But that was kind of my plan. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if I have to buy this many, then like we could come out with different flavors, colors, whatever.
For sure.
And then still use the same jar. And then the only thing that will change is the box, which I don't have to buy 10,000 boxes.
Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, which is really awesome. So yeah, so we'll have as many jars as possible,
Okay.
and then we just reorder the boxes as needed.
Cool.
So we're never really running out of them
Yeah.
at the moment. But like the boxes are limited to a certain extent, but we just got a new shipment of them.
Yeah.
So we do have them,
Great.
and then I'm excited to see. After the holidays are done, I kind of want to go see what our analytics looked like in
Yeah.
terms of. So each box had a clear and a colored.
Yeah.
So I feel like depending on which, like we can just look and see like which color
Right.
we would want to bring back. And then maybe like consider putting that into the like full production schedule, but Brandon is the one that makes the lip gloss full time. He's literally spinning and pouring.
Love
lip
that
gloss
for him.
all
That's
day long.
amazing.
I know. From mechanical engineering to lip gloss manufacturing.
Hey, who would have thought?
Living the dream.
He loves his job. Like he talks about how happy he is all the time.
That's
So it's, like,
amazing.
fabulous. And we guess he went from like working for the man to like
Right,
working
so
for
he's-
himself.
yeah.
So,
I love that.
yeah. It's
So are all of your products tallow based?
no, only one.
Okay,
Yeah.
just the body butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we weren't really meant to be a tallow company,
Okay.
honestly. I'll kind of give you the backstory about how we went there. When I was making my little samples in my kitchen, I was started with like shea, coconut,
Yeah.
whatever, trying all the things, you know, like looking at the DIY recipes online.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that are, well, there probably are a lot more now.
Yeah.
But there weren't a lot of tallow ones at the time. And I hadn't really tried tallow either. And so I was like whipping up the shea and the coconut ones, and they were like fine. But
Yeah.
they weren't great.
Yeah.
And shea butter, raw shea butter has kind of an interesting smell.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was just like, I also feel like coconut really just kind of sits on your skin.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't
it's-
go away.
Yeah, it's never really sinking in. And it just, like, I couldn't come up with a formula that I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
honestly. And then I had ordered from a tallow brand, and I was like, oh, this is like quite lovely.
Yeah.
Like, it has that thickness of a body butter, but it also really feels deeply moisturizing.
Yeah.
And you like wake up feeling like a little baby's butt. It's
Yes.
so soft, you
Yeah.
know? And so I started ordering tallow. And with anything, I mean, back then I had barely kind of gotten into skincare, so I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But now it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But of course, there are varying levels of quality to everything that you're
For sure.
buying. So a lot of people have come to me and been like, oh, like, I really love your tallow. All the other tallows I've ever tried smelled like beef.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like you're rubbing a slab of steak on you.
right. And there's just such varying quality when it comes to tallow that you're
Right.
buying. It depends on how they're rendering it. It depends on how many times they're rendering it. It depends on like what kind of cows they're using it from. It
Right.
depends on if they're using suet fat, which is like the fat around the kidneys, which is technically what tallow should be made out of. But a lot of people will make tallow out of just all the fat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of the fat smells
Okay.
a lot beefier
Yeah.
than just the
Interesting.
suet fat, and it also has like fewer minerals, blah blah blah. So once I decided, because I was like, this is kind of the perfect base, like
Right.
it does all these things for you. So like, whereas like more petroleum derived, like non-natural products need a lot of ingredients and stabilizers and fillers to create kind of the perfect body butter base.
Yeah.
Like tallow kind of does it all for you.
Yeah.
So it was a really easy way for us to make a product with extremely simple ingredients. Kind of famous last words, honestly, but
Yeah.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
And it was working out.
Yeah.
And that was like where we were going with it. And this was also like kind of before tallow was like a little bit more politicized.
Right.
It feels like it's really on
Yeah.
like the political foreground
For sure.
right now. Our tallow is from Oregon.
Yeah.
So you can take that one.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I just kept ordering a bunch of types of tallow. And I was like, this one smells good. This one does not smell good. Like, I wanted 100% grass-fed. Now ours is 100% grass-fed organic, too, which is
Wow,
really
that's
nice.
really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, so we're always trying to have the best quality of
Right.
everything in our products. Like, even when we had the 100% grass-fed, grass-finished, it was regeneratively raised, right?
Right.
And I was like, okay, but could we maybe find an organic one
Yeah.
that's just as good that we
Yeah.
could use instead? So that was kind of the journey of finding the tallow that we wanted
Yeah.
to use. And yeah, we just tried so many, and that was kind of how we ended up on it. It just was the perfect thing. But at our core, we're really a non-toxic skincare brand,
Got it.
not necessarily a tallow brand. And there are a lot of brands out there that are tallow brands.
Right.
Yeah.
That is like their thing. For me too, I am super acne prone, always have been, have very oily skin.
Yeah.
So I can't even use tallow on my face.
Yeah.
I can't use shea on my face, can't use coconut on my face.
Yeah.
I really can't use shea and coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even on my body.
Yeah.
You know? And so tallow didn't break out my body, and I was like, great. But I also didn't want all of our products to have tallow in it
Yeah.
if people were sensitive to things like
Sure.
that. And also it didn't make sense. Like I'm not putting tallow in a body oil.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and like the lip gloss, it didn't need tallow, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to put it in there.
Yeah.
You know? But we're working on a lip balm right now that's in like the coolest compact ever that I have not
So
talked about at all.
Exciting.
I think I have the
Breaking
back of my
news.
list. I'd have to show it to you. It is so sick. And that one might have tallow in it. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's hard because a lot of people will DM us and be like, oh, I really wish your lip gloss had tallow in it. But then a lot of people will DM us and be like, thanks for not
We're
putting
so
it.
glad
Yeah.
that we don't have it in there.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's hard to please everyone.
For
Right.
sure.
You learn that with a brand.
Yeah.
But we're just kind of making the products that I want to make.
Yeah.
And hoping that people like them too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like the candle, for instance, doesn't
Yeah.
have tallow in it, right?
That was my next
Yeah.
question. When she
No.
told me you were launching a candle, I was like, holy shit, can you make a candle out of
You
tallow?
actually can.
You can?
Yeah, you can, but
I would
a
just
tallow
imagine it would
doesn't
melt
smell
really fast.
great.
Yeah, I can't imagine tallow burning.
Yeah.
There's a 30-second burn time.
Yeah.
Well,
And the
yeah,
smell, like you said.
It smells more when it's hot.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my husband would like that.
Oh, gross.
Market it for boys.
That would be like a funny like April Fool.
Right.
That would be a really funny April
Maybe.
Fool's.
No, but yeah, so that one's just beeswax and coconut. So I
Cool.
mean, tallow is a lovely ingredient. We love formulating with it,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be in everything. Like
Yeah.
when we come up with a face line later in the year, like it's not going to have any tallow in it. Just 'cause
Yeah.
I want something that I can use personally.
Yeah.
And, like even when I was starting on TikTok, I had an acne safe series,
Yeah.
and I would like go through literally every product on Sephora and see if it was acne safe or
Yeah.
not. Most is not.
Most
Yeah.
is not. Isn't it so crazy?
Yeah, and so I was like, I would never make a line of products that I couldn't use myself
Right.
and didn't
Right.
want to. So yeah, that's kind of how it came to be.
That's
love
so
that.
cool. I'm glad you touched on your husband or fiance.
Yeah, we're not technically married.
Okay. How long have y'all been together?
I don't know, but we've been engaged for over 2 years.
Okay.
So make 4 or 5. I don't know.
And so how long were y'all together, do you know, before he was like, I'm jumping in full swing with this?
Oh, we were like engaged for like over a year and a half.
Okay.
At that
Okay.
point. Yeah, he wasn't worried.
Yeah.
Granted, this brand has caused many a fight.
Oh, sure.
But I mean, it's just so hard.
With anything.
Right. I mean, what was really hard for us at the beginning, and I do love being in business with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing ever. It's so cool that we get to work together. Also, my like love languages are quality service and
Well,
or
this is
quality time
perfect.
and acts of service. And this is literally that.
Touching
Yeah.
on everything. Yeah.
He always says like it's so funny because he was working at Deloitte and like whenever he was working, like I saw it as like an annoyance, and now like when he's working, it's like he's working for me. So
Yeah.
it's like a good thing. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
He's
Yeah.
utilizing his time wisely.
yeah. But I mean, in the beginning, it was so hard because it was just us.
Right.
Yeah.
And whenever something would go wrong, like we were just pointing fingers at each other. Right?
Yeah.
And he was the one making all of it too. So for me, it was like it was a reflection of me. My brand is a full reflection of me
Right.
as a person. And like I have this public platform.
Yeah.
And I feel so horrible thinking that someone would get something that wasn't like up
Right.
to our standard.
Absolutely.
And so like were a lot of fights in the beginning where I was just like frustrated and like taking it out on him. But now we have employees.
Yeah.
And also like we spent a lot of time and we hired this guy and he has really helped us with
That's
our
awesome.
business too because Brandon really desperately needed help. He was working until 4 a.m. like every day
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just not working. And this
Yeah.
was when we were at the old property at our old office and now we have a 3,000 square foot warehouse where we
Amazing.
have space and storage
Yeah.
and can set up like, you know, a full production and he's not in this like tiny little area and he has help too, which is awesome. And that employee really helped us scale appropriately.
Yeah.
And, like they now have the space and the machinery
Mm-hmm.
and the capability to like produce at scale and now it's consistent. And that was like kind of my biggest thing is like I want every product that goes out the door to be the exact same. And it is really hard to do when you're
sure.
working with natural products.
Yeah.
Which is exactly why no one does it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, one of the few reasons why no one does
Yeah.
it. It's really expensive and it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And I understand. So like our body oil, for instance, takes like a month to make, start to
Okay.
finish. No
Wow.
one's doing that. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're taking organic jojoba beans, like whole, or sorry, organic Madagascar vanilla beans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like chopping them up and steeping them in organic jojoba oil
Yeah.
for 28 days in literally a milk pasteurizer.
Yeah.
Like that is the equipment that we used to do it because it was the only thing big enough
Right.
to do it. Because we were using like little 30 liters and we were like, this is way
far too
small.
long.
Yeah. So now we're using like the big ones and it sits in there for 28 days. No lab would ever do that. For
No
you.
way.
No.
Like that would take way
You would
too
have
much
no
space.
control over that either.
No, exactly. And
Yeah.
like, I am so like I'm in there every day, like smelling stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
how crazy is it though? Just hearing you say that, I'm like, 20 seconds ago, you were talking about how you were just doing this in your kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, tinkering with things. And now you're talking about steeping
Full scale business.
Madagascar organic
Yeah.
vanilla beans in a giant dairy
I wish
thing.
you guys had come to
that's
see
crazy.
the warehouse
I
before
know.
we did this. You have to come and see
I would
it.
love that.
yeah, I
That'd
would
be
Literally
amazing.
have to come. It is so crazy. I'll walk around our warehouse and I'm like, damn, that's crazy that I own all this.
Yes.
Like-
You're like, that's me.
Yes.
I was like, I purchased that milk
Yes.
pasteurizer,
It's
and then I bought
crazy.
2 more.
Yeah.
Like it is
and it's really
wild.
cool that you're all self funded. Like that's huge.
And
I
then
feel
just like the evolution of it all, like when you were first doing it in your kitchen, could you have ever imagined that you would even know that you needed to steep that for 28 days? Like, how do you even
that
get
was
there?
what we were doing there too.
Oh, just on a
Like,
smaller
a much
scale.
smaller scale and very different equipment. Yeah, and then for us, it was all kind of a learning experience. So we started with these kind of like stainless steel beer brewing kit type deals where they. It was just like a big cylinder and it heated from the bottom. And then one day, one of them literally blew up. Like we had
Inside your house?
Yeah, we had a whole, not my, but yes.
Yes.
In the office. I know some people like still think that I'm making it in my house. And I was like, I never did that. And I knew I couldn't because I had dog hair and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like literally everything. And there would be no room for it. But yeah, like one of them literally overheated and the oil inside it was bubbling. It was 300 degrees. So think about how and I was just sitting there staring and I was like, what the fuck do we do?
You're like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
I was like, how do we unplug
Holy
it? Like,
shit.
I'm gonna literally, I'm gonna get like a fucking 3rd-degree burn.
my
It's so
God.
scary. And then we were like, okay, maybe we should change what we're manufacturing.
Yeah.
And so now we have things that have water jackets on the outside, so they heat it a lot more consistently and softly, whereas before it was all heating from the bottom. So, it's a little bit easier on the beans, and we're also not heating it high. 300 degrees is crazy.
Right. Yeah.
It's like 90, like it's a low temp because you don't want to burn anything. And I mean, the burning level is like 150, but still, you don't want to come anywhere near it if you're doing like a slow infusion. But yeah, that was wild. So a lot of
scary.
a lot of our kind of learnings have come from failures.
Yeah,
like
trial and error.
Yeah, and I mean, now we're at a point where we've kind of got it dialed in, at least on the products that we're doing right now. And then I just make it more complicated by telling them that we're going to release more products. So they love that. But yeah, I mean, it's really fun. It's really cool. And
You're like basically a scientist.
yeah. Like a cosmetic chemist, but like with no degree. But I mean, yeah, it's really, really interesting to be doing it. And it is like, if you told me when I was little that I was going to be doing this, I would think that's the sickest thing ever.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's such your dream job. I feel like you're made for it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's everything I love. Like when I loved business, I went to business school, I was a finance major. And so like owning my own business is so much fun.
Yeah.
Even more fun that I can do whatever I want with it.
Right.
And it's also extra fun that it's in a category and an industry that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
So it is really cool. And I feel like the feedback that I get from people, especially in person, is like so validating.
Yeah.
Like they really think that we're doing something so cool and so unique, and it's really awesome that resonates with our customers like that too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the day that you brought me my body butter, I was like, I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm like, as busy as you are and what you're doing, I think just the special touches that you put and really the thought that you put into everything is like, people see that, and I think that's really meaningful.
Oh, that's nice.
That's so cool. How does your family feel about this whole thing?
Oh my gosh. Well, they already like had a warm up period to the influencer thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they were
Where
like,
are you from?
Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad, I think, was kind of the most worried.
Yeah.
Because my mom is like on TikTok. So she was
Yeah.
watching TikTok and she knew what was going on. My
Yeah.
dad like refuses to watch my TikTok. I don't know what he thinks I'm putting on the internet. Like I actually don't want to ask.
Yeah. You're like, this is a good thing for me not to know.
Yeah, like but he like genuinely is like, oh, I don't want to see that. And I'm like, what do you think I'm doing over
Yeah.
there?
You're like, I'm making healthy products.
Yeah, I was like, geez, Dad. So like, I think he was more like, are you making money?
Yeah.
And I would like tell him how much money I made. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stop worrying about
Yeah.
it. And I don't know. My parents, like, my dad owned his own business too. And it wasn't anything, like this. He owned like a small audio electronics business. He ran it out of our basement.
Yeah.
Essentially, the whole time he had a job. Essentially, my mom was a teacher. So I think that he's not really too fazed by like being a small business owner. And I'll like call him and I'll give him like a few snippets of the highlights,
Sure.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "All right, keep cracking on, and I'm like, "Okay." And then it's so cute. He like called my mom and he was like, "I think," and they're divorced, so
Yeah.
he doesn't call her often.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I think Catherine's gonna be the first billionaire in the family." And I was like, that is so nice.
That's
Like,
really nice.
I know. I was like,
He's been sitting on that for
I
a
know. I
while.
was like, that's so kind of you to say that. Like a bee. I was like,
Yeah.
manifest it. bud.
Yes,
Let's do it.
absolutely.
Like,
Let's
that's-
make this
I
happen.
know. I thought that was so sweet. I was like, oh, so they don't worry about
Yeah.
me anymore.
They can go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Do you
but
have siblings?
I have one sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she's older than me, and it's
Okay.
so funny because we really were not friends when we were little, and we kind of came back together when we got older. She's 3.5 years older than me.
Okay.
And what's so funny is now she lives on a massive ranch in Oregon.
Oh my God, I love
I'm
that.
gonna end up living on a ranch too.
Yeah.
And we both were just like total city girls.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
just
love
so
that.
random. We're both just gonna have cows on our farm.
I know. I was about
great.
to say, like, you just
It'd be
need to
great.
get her to get the cows on her ranch.
I know. Well, no. So Brandon, his family are cattle ranchers.
Oh
No
They've been cattle
way.
ranchers for generations. Yeah. So what I really want to do someday would be like use our own cattle for our
That's
tallow
so
on our ranch,
exciting.
like manufacture it there.
Yeah.
How does, so, like, generational ranchers, like how people that do that, what do they think about the clean products and using tallow and stuff like that? Are they a little more...
I don't know if I know.
I'd be so curious because it's interesting. Those people sometimes think that this is like, you know, they're like, oh, that's all like...
Yeah, we've been doing this for years, the
Well,
grass
yeah,
fed and all of that.
I think that they have, like, the thing is making skincare out of tallow is not like a novel idea. It's been around for a
Yeah.
really, really long time. It's just kind of new in the mainstream market.
Yeah.
Like, you know, farmers have been making things out of tallow for a really long time, using it to cook, using it in skincare, blah, blah, blah. It's just like wasn't really on the mass market. So I think they wouldn't really be too phased
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, his parents didn't see him phased by the ingredient
They're like, we trust her.
whatsoever. Yeah, his dad's like, bring it on. Like, let's put it on the ranch. It would be so fun. And I just think that would be like so cute and fun.
Oh my God, that would
My
be
little ranch
adorable.
dream. I want so many animals.
I
can't
love
wait.
that. What do you guys know when that's going to be on
When
the
I'm
timeline?
no, I mean no.
Yeah.
It's just so hard, especially too because we have employees now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is really wild having employees.
Yeah.
Feeling like you have to really.
You're responsible for them.
Yeah, you're responsible for them. Like, you're their livelihood now. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really crazy. Like, I'll walk around and we have way more than I thought we would within the first year.
Right.
You know, I have a girl that does essentially everything that I used to do.
Okay.
So I used to manage my socials and Shelter's socials, and it kind of came to a point where I was like, I cannot
Yeah.
do both.
Yeah.
Because Shelter really needed a legitimate looking brand
Yeah.
presence to
Yeah.
feel legitimate. You
Yeah.
know, I recognize that a lot of consumer trust is based on what our Instagram looks
For
like.
sure. Yeah.
And, you know, I think I just didn't have enough time to put into it. I
Yeah.
also am not a professional photographer. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I make content, so everyone kind of like assumes that doing it would be
Yeah.
easy, but it's
Yeah.
such different content
Yeah.
and like planning, and it really needed to be someone's full-time job.
Yeah.
So now it is someone's full-time
Yeah.
job. And she's amazing. So we have her name's Carissa.
That's
And,
incredible.
Yeah, and then we got kind of we got Brandon times two, so that's
Yeah.
Chance, and then you know they work together full time in the office, and then we have two other employees too that were kind of part time and other kind of full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have like another like kind of floater that helps us, and she's
Cool.
been working with me for a really long time. Yeah, so I mean now we have like people.
Yeah. You've got the
Are
masses.
you guys going to have a employee Christmas party?
Oh my gosh, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Your
it's gonna
first
be a
employee
party.
Christmas
I know,
party?
I was thinking about that. I was like, how fun
So
is that?
fun.
I think what I want to do is take them all to Pecan Square.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love that
it's the
place.
best.
The best steak. Well, they kind of changed the steak recently, but I did love the steak.
I know. Sometimes they change the things.
I
And I'm
know,
like,
they
just
just
go
use the
back to the
thing.
normal.
I know. We'll see, because it was an $85 steak.
Yeah.
Like, I do understand that that's kind of crazy, but it was
Of
a
course.
good steak.
I would pay that, though.
And it was huge. It
Yeah.
was like the biggest steak on the planet.
Yeah.
And it was the best steak ever. And first they took away the béarnaise sauce, which I thought was really rude of them.
Yeah. Mhm.
And they changed it with whatever seasonal thing. Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Take away the sauce.
But bring it
now,
back.
But now it's two different steaks. Now they have like a $60 steak and a $45 steak, and the $60 steak is not that previous $85
Right.
steak. And I'm like, bring me back my steak.
Can we special request the $85 steak, please?
No, literally, I'm like,
Con Square.
Yeah.
I'm about to file a formal complaint with
You
them. I'm
should.
like so mad about
Yeah.
it.
You're like, Larry, hey.
I'm literally their biggest fan. I love everything that MML does.
I know,
And
it's
was like,
the best.
Give the girl her steak.
Yeah. No, it's the best.
Have you tried Wagateria yet?
No, but it's right next to our warehouse. It's
Oh.
so close. Is
Wait,
it good?
okay. Was this the thing that
I
you were
haven't
telling me
been
about?
yet.
Okay.
That name really irks me a little bit.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
My husband is just a steak guy. We probably have steak 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And he's so good at it now that whenever we try to go eat steak in other places, it's like
it's
You want to know a fact about steak that's really crazy that I
Yes.
saw the other day is that some restaurants, in order to make it more tender, will literally like soak it in canola oil before they like put it
that's
on
why
the grill.
it's so crispy and
Like,
delicious,
literally all
but
day.
it's terrible for you.
Isn't that crazy?
No,
I know,
why
I
would you
was-
share that with
I was
me?
Same.
listening to a podcast. I think it was like Paul Saldino or someone
Yeah.
crazy like saying that, and they were like talking about how they ask beforehand if it was soaked in canola oil, and I was like, I love that so much, but I'm not gonna do that.
No.
I would never. I would die before I ask that. It's like, I
You're like at a restaurant. This person's like, I don't even know.
No,
I just
you're-
showed up today.
Right? Like, imagine you asked that.
How long has that steak been soaked?
Yeah,
in
they're like, I don't get
canola
paid
oil?
enough for this.
No,
Never.
literally. I just, I really, as non-toxic as I am, I'm just like, if you're going out to a restaurant, you're
Yeah,
going
live it
out
up.
to a
You're going to a
Like,
restaurant.
it is what it is. I'm
Yeah.
not asking about seed oils at the restaurant.
Nope.
No.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun.
It's the great balance of life.
It is.
Okay, so with all the stuff, you're in your clean skincare and all of that, what is your favorite, like, self-care stuff, like, as far as, like, treatments that you go do at a med spa or something?
Oh, okay. So I don't do Botox anymore,
Okay.
so sadly.
I was really scared you were going to say that.
Oh, it is just, honestly, I was kind of bullied out of it.
Yeah.
The number one thing I ever used to get was like, oh yeah, you're like talking about non-toxic because
Yeah.
your face full of fillers and
Yeah.
Botox.
Yeah.
And like, right. But like, I mean, granted, I haven't gotten lip filler in years.
Yeah.
But I mean, it never really gets out of your face.
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
I
it's
do
still
about
there.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten Botox in like a year and a half
Okay.
now, I would say. Granted,
Yeah.
I did get it for a really long time in my life, so I think that helps
Yeah.
where we're at the moment. But my kind of favorite non-toxic swap for that, and it's not the exact same as Botox, it doesn't do the same thing, but it is really tightening. It's called Soft Wave.
Okay.
Have you
Oh, wait.
done it?
This is
I
what.
did it.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
god, did you like it or did you hate it? Did it hurt really bad?
Okay, I have an extremely high pain tolerance.
Okay.
And that one got me.
Yeah, it's
I
really,
was like,
it's really painful.
and I think like the build up too, where it's just like you're like you hear it and it's like da, 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 and you
And
have to wait
yeah,
like
it's not until like second 3. And,
yes,
it's like,
and you're like ah!
it's like searing your bones off.
Yes.
Oh my god, it
It
works
feels
so well.
like when a dentist hits something in your
Oh.
teeth, like
Yeah.
you're like ah!
Oh my
Like,
god,
that is
it is
sensitive.
it is like pretty excruciating, I won't lie.
You
but I
go
do
to
love
Lauren,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Laurel Corinne.
Laurel, that's
Yeah,
right.
Laurel Corinne. Austin Plastic Surgeon does it too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Are you doing
I
it
love
once a
it.
year, twice a
I've
year?
done it 2 years in a row now.
Okay.
And it is really amazing.
Okay.
I haven't done a ton, but I've done Soft Wave, Tixel,
Yeah.
Cool Peel is what I just did. I don't know if you can see that on my neck, but that's one I just did. I think those are the only two
think those are the-
laser and like
yeah.
Yeah.
treatment things that I've done, like
Yeah.
with a machine, a medical
Yeah.
machine.
I would absolutely never tell anyone to do like a Morpheus 8 or any sort of
I've heard
sort of
that.
like RF.
Yes.
Like the great part about Soft Wave, it's ultrasound it's ultrasound therapy.
Right.
So it actually doesn't penetrate as deep in your dermal layer as like an RF
Yeah.
does. So the problem, well, one of the many problems with Morpheus 8 is that it can burn the fat
Right.
in your face.
Yeah.
Soft Wave doesn't do that, which
Yeah.
is great. And I mean, aside from like the scar tissue and like
Right.
all the horror stories you've
Yeah.
seen about
Yeah.
Morpheus 8, but I really loved Soft Wave. It is like, if they were like, you have to do it quarterly, I don't think I'd be doing that because it is so painful.
It is.
It is crazy. It is
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, but then I'll talk to Laurel and she'll be like, people do it completely unnumbed and like, they're
No
No
way.
way. There's
know.
no way.
I know.
Because I have gotten like I'll get injections without any numbing. I'll do all of that stuff.
Birth.
That one I numbed. Yeah, birth. I did that a couple times. But I had my face numbed for 2 hours before. Like
Yeah.
they gave me a numbing cream and I put it on for 2 hours before, and then I still got in there and I was like, this is
Well, I don't even think the numbing makes a difference because it's not even a topical pain.
Right.
It's
Right. It's, like,
in your
internal.
bones. Yeah.
Ugh.
Like it's like deep in there, man. That was crazy. Like, yeah, love that though.
yeah.
Soft wave, check.
Soft Wave,
Everyone go do it.
I
Well, I
Yeah.
really do think I feel like there's going to be a lot less Botox, filler, all of that stuff because they're like the science and the technology behind all of those machines it's happening so fast
Yeah.
and it's becoming so effective that I think that will end up being what people do, which is exciting.
I mean, I love it too. I think, the great part about consumers is they really vote with their money, and like the consumer
Oh, yeah.
demand is loud and fast.
It
So
is.
I think like people will start coming up with new things, and I love the new things. Like I love trying the new things. Like
Yeah.
I tried Easy Gel, which is like
I love Easy
did
Gel.
that?
You do?
I'm an Easy Gel fan.
Yeah.
but I didn't really like it.
Why?
It worked. I'll say
Yeah,
that. I
not
liked
for long.
it. Like, yeah, not for long. But like, god damn, does that hurt?
That one
They're
is
just like shoving that.
it's-
shit in
Oh
your
my
face. It's
God.
like,
but I would rather do that than Soft Wave.
no, no.
See, this goes back to the
I
thing where
know.
some people like something, some people
Yeah.
don't.
No,
I've
I
already
feel
done
the
Easy Gel
queasiness
3
of the
times.
needle,
this-
that's like
yeah,
really
okay.
getting me.
I went
but
with her on
yeah.
her first time for Easy Gel, and I was like, "Are you okay.
Yeah, no, it looks really
was-
scary.
It's like
I'm also
Benjamin Button,
filming
though.
Yeah.
Too though. And so
Oh.
like
Oh.
I'm like watching it as I'm doing. Oh no.
I need to see. I want to see it. You need to do it.
I'll
next
film
time.
it next
It's
time.
just-
She cut me off. I can't do it for like 6 months.
Oh my goodness gracious. But like I love that. I love that people are coming up with like non-toxic
So
ways
cool.
to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I'll also say too, like I get DMs about this all the time where they're like, oh, like I really want to get lip filler. Like, is it toxic? And I do not think lip filler is the thing that's gonna kill you.
No.
You know, like at the end of the day, like
There are
Botox
worse
and lip
things.
filler, people conflate the two, I think, and they
Yeah.
are not the same.
No,
Yeah.
they're different.
The chemical is completely different, and really the main concern with with filler, like hyaluronic acid filler right now, is it blocking lymphatic pathways.
Right.
And so as long as you're not injecting that near your lymphatic pathways, like I really don't think it's going to be that big a problem. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, so
Yeah,
actually don't
we
listen
say
to me.
that all the time.
But
No credentials required.
yeah, but if that's something that's really going to boost your confidence and you really want to do it, like go to a good
Yeah.
conservative injector and
sure.
like don't worry about it. Like
Yeah.
don't worry about it too much. Like I get that. I get comments all the time too because I have fake boobs. I got
Yeah.
them 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know a lot more now.
Yeah.
And like people are a lot more vocal about their stories now than there were 6
Yeah.
years ago. I didn't even think about it.
Right.
6 years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't even crossing our paths.
No. Quite literally had heard nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nothing at all. Breast implant illness, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never.
Literally at all. No one said anything during my consultation, nothing whatsoever. And like now, obviously, it is something that I think about.
Sure.
And I'm like, I will get them out someday. I know
Yeah.
I'm going to get them out someday. And I was actually like considering doing it at the beginning of the year, but the surgery is crazy.
Yeah, our friend got it done and she was like, it was insane.
Yeah, it's gnarly. First of all, it's like 20 grand.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you go to like, I've talked to a couple people here and you have to get them out and then you get like recover from that.
Yeah.
And then you have to go back in if you want to do a fat transfer
Yes.
so they like don't look insane. 'cause
Right.
You like have to fill the space of the implant.
Yes.
And I'm just like, dude, I own like I'm packing boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
The
have
downtime.
12 weeks total
Right.
to have the
Yeah,
downtime.
Like, when can I do this? And you know, and like I really want to do it before I have kids.
Yeah.
And, like all this stuff, but you know, and the people bring that up all the
Oh, I
time. I'm like,
bet.
maybe I'll start a GoFundMe and you
Right.
guys. Like,
Also, I had
If
a
this
life before
bothers y'all
this.
that much, how
Yeah.
about you guys cover the cost?
yeah,
Yeah.
there is like such a demand for perfection when you're doing something like this.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
Like, you know, in any space, people demand that. Like, God forbid, a
Yeah.
nutritionist eats a cupcake. You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? And
How dare you.
That's fine. Like, they're allowed to say that. That's what I see on, like, pretty much everything. I think I was watching an interview with the founder of Cora Organics.
Yes.
She's what is her name? The Victoria's Secret angel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Miranda
Oh,
Kerr.
yes.
Okay.
Miranda Kerr, and she was talking about like because Cora Organics is pretty clean. Like
Yeah.
they have like their own little organic manufacturing facility. She's been doing it for a really long time. She's really passionate about it, and like every single comment was like her face isn't moving, and she's talking about.
Gosh.
I'm like, geez, guys,
No,
like
let her live her life.
I know it is pretty crazy. Like
She's a human being.
The demand from people, and also just like the things that people will say. is
Oh my gosh.
pretty wild. It's like unless you are living unless I am literally eating the dirt outside, it better be
Absolutely.
organic.
Yeah.
Like, it better be some organic ass dirt out there.
Yes.
Like, you are not allowed to speak about anything.
Yeah.
But then
There's
like,
no Miracle Grow going in this
Yeah.
box.
absolutely not. But I mean, again, too, though, it's like I think when you're an influencer, kind of those dissenting voices are the loudest to you. But then
Yeah.
there's so many other people, and I get the nicest DMs all the time.
That's really
People,
sweet.
Like, thanking me for how I've helped them. or,
Yeah.
like absolutely going crazy about shelter and how
Yeah.
it's like helped them so much, and like sharing their health struggles with me. And I think that is like the sweetest
Huge.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth it.
That's
for
the
the other
drive.
I
part.
know. Sometimes people will send me like these super long messages, and I'll read them in our like weekly
Yeah.
like L10 meeting with shelter because like I see them all the time,
Yeah.
but I realize that they're not getting like that validation all the
Yeah.
time, like seeing how the products that we're making are making an impact. So
Yeah.
I like to share those ones.
I
with the
love
team.
that.
I love it.
Little love notes. I think that's so important.
I know it is so cute. I like don't ever want to share it online because
You
it feels
should.
like
Oh,
I don't know,
like overstepping.
Personal.
I don't know.
You could
Like, if I
ask.
saw an influencer like post a personal DM I sent them, I'd be like, "What the fuck was
Yeah.
that about?" Like, I don't
What
know.
the hell?
I bet they would love it. You should just ask
You
them.
think?
Just be like,
I
this
don't
is
know.
really special to me. Like, would you mind me sharing this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think
Like,
that would
blur out their
resonate with a
face.
lot
For
of
sure.
people.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Because I think it's really sweet because it could be like just that one thing of like somebody else that it's just a regular everyday Joe that they're like, oh, maybe that will help somebody else.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah, it is really sweet, and I really do like have the best followers and the sweetest DMs, and it's cool that I get to make an impact. Sometimes I don't even know how to respond. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Means
That'd be
so much to me.
overwhelming.
I don't know. I'm
Right.
like that is so like it's hard to articulate like how amazing that is to
Yeah,
hear that from people.
for
that
sure.
it really matters, because like sometimes you're just kind of screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Just putting stuff out there.
You're like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, like I don't know, like is it really making a difference? But it's crazy that people like really, really love the brand that much, and it
Yeah.
really is helping them on.
I mean, it's
like,
you're
personal
doing
level.
amazing things.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there anything else you want to share? Any exciting news you want to?
Any exciting news? I'm like, I can't really talk about anything that we're launching other than the candle. Carissa would be so mad at me. When is this podcast launching?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. Okay, so in 2 weeks, we're releasing our first bath product, which I'm really
Exciting.
about.
Wait, how do you have time for this? This
I
just launched
have
today, the
planned
candle,
this-
right?
I have been planning this for so
Okay.
long. So like we launched with one product, but I had a like list of 25 products
Okay.
that I
Okay.
wanted to launch. And like the great part about the beauty industry
Yeah.
is there is just an abundance of toxic products out there that I
Right.
could make clean versions
Yeah.
of,
swap.
which is so awesome.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to do something that would be like a really perfect Christmas gift
Yeah.
for like, you know, the homebody
Yeah.
or like
I
someone
love
that
that.
loves a self-care moment. So we're coming out with a coconut milk bath melt. It's
Oh my
in
God.
this like
to
massive
cart.
jar. It's like a 16-ounce jar, and it's it's like same kind of frosted effect,
Okay.
but it's this really pretty blue color.
God.
It has a custom engraved,
So exciting.
Wow.
custom engraved like spoon, for
Yeah.
it, like little scooper for it, because I just like. Actually, let me talk about this after. But I have this like philosophy of like how we release products, and I
Yeah.
think it's actually helpful if you're a business owner. But yeah, so it's coconut milk powder, kaolin clay, and magnesium. So
Amazing.
you're
That
getting
sounds
the relaxation.
awesome.
Yes.
Yes. So back to the spoon thing. Whenever Shelter is like releasing anything, because obviously there are so many other products out there that do exist, I really want to find like something unique about the product. So
Yeah.
if we're going to release something, I either want it to be like really sick, like
Yeah.
really, really cool, like the packaging is really cool, or there's like something really cool about it, or like a product that really doesn't exist at all,
Yeah.
or like the very best version of that product. So like with the body butter, for example, like I wanted it to be the most beautiful body butter
Yeah.
ever, like
Yeah.
in the jar with the spoon.
So
blah, blah, blah.
sexy.
Like we're always trying to make it better too. So like we're coming out, I don't think probably in the next like 3 to 4 months, we're gonna start swapping all of our lids to be magnetic.
Wow.
So you can like magnetize the little spoon
Yes.
on there.
Love
And,
that.
like, because I always wanted that, and the
Yeah.
MOQ I was quoted for it was like way too high,
Yeah.
so I couldn't do it in the beginning. But now we're like ordering enough for them to be
Yeah.
willing to do it for us, which is really cool. So, like that packaging, I felt like was so novel for like the tallow space, especially, or like our lip balm, for example, is
Yeah.
like not a lip balm. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like, it looks like it's in a solid perfume compound,
Yeah.
and it's just such
So
a sick
cute.
looking object. Or we're doing I've shared the gua sha, but we're releasing a gua
Yes.
sha in January. I'm obsessed with gua sha.
Ugh, I
Obsessed.
love it.
I love them, and I really wanted one that kind of fused an acupressure tool, because I love those too.
Yeah.
I love like breaking up the fascia on
Yes.
my jaw, favorite thing. And so it looks like it has like a gua sha and an acupressure tool. in the
Amazing.
same thing. And so like I'm always trying to think about how I can make a product a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
And now that I know how to source things and I can
Yeah.
make custom things, like really the opportunities are
Endless. Yeah.
So cool.
And like if we're selling things at more of that like mid-luxury price point too, I want you to feel like you're getting a mid-luxury experience, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like more than a mid-luxury
Right,
experience, you know?
yeah.
Because like tallow in general too, even with our body products, like they per ounce are cheaper than most things on the market, because one, I don't want them to be like, yeah, it would be really nice if our body butter was $100.
Oh, right.
Awesome. Like most typical beauty margins are actually 80 to 90%.
Yeah.
If you bring your deck like to investors and you're making less than like a 90% margin, like they will not talk to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're like this. We are not operating anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. But because when you're so small and you just don't have
Right.
economies of scale
Yeah.
like that, like our products would be like over $100.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I just
No
really
one-
wanted them to
yeah.
be accessible. When I first
Right.
wanted to launch Shelter too, I was honestly hoping for like a 25.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't happening.
That's not gonna happen.
There was just no way that was actually going to happen after like we got through the packaging and everything.
For sure.
Like, there's just, we'd be losing money.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, so like our margins just aren't where they should be and where we like want them to be. But I also want to price things fairly. And
Yeah.
I
Right.
want people to feel like they're getting a really amazing experience. And I think that's like our big differentiator with it.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
with that too, you're like building a cult following.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're gonna have really people that are super loyal to your brand.
Yeah.
That will grow with you and just be like waiting for you to drop every single thing
Yeah.
because they're in it to win it.
It
Yeah.
feels like I recognize them already. Like people are like I see the usernames and like it's always the same people.
Yeah,
and we're like,
so cute.
Like some girl today actually, she commented on the candle launch, was like, oh, I really hope they come before Wednesday so I can light it on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and I
that's
was
so
like,
sweet.
we weren't gonna ship until Monday, and I was like, wait, can we ship her order out today?
Yeah.
I love
So we
that.
could get it to her by Wednesday, and we like wrote her a little note.
That's
We're like,
so
we saw
cute.
your comment. Thank you so much. You know, and it's like we see them, and we're, like,
Yeah.
we're small enough to be able to do things like that
Right.
now. And I don't believe I said this before, but I was watching this video about the founder of Array.
Yeah.
Did I talk about this earlier?
No.
Okay, great. I was thinking about it. I saw this video, and I think it was actually really recent. Like the founder of Array was talking about the things that they did before they were too big, that
Right.
they thought were really meaningful for their
Yeah.
community. And she was talking about like they included Polaroids in their stuff, and they, you know, would write handwritten notes and
Yeah.
things, and like include free products and all those things. And so like we really do try to have a really personal touch. Like even now, the way we package our products, I don't think you saw it because I brought it to you.
Yeah.
But like our packaging really looks like you're getting a PR box.
Yes.
Like our box is really beautiful. We have little notes inside that kind of talk about Shelter and like thank them for supporting the brand and all that. And I really want it to feel, and like we noticed that it works too, because when people take photos of the product, they're taking photos of the product in the box.
Yeah.
Like with the
'Cause
notes.
it's
and
so
everything.
pretty. Yeah.
And so like those little touches are things that we can do now. And like if we had investors or we're like more concerned about the bottom line, obviously
Yeah.
we're concerned about the
For
bottom
sure.
line, but you know, we have the ability to kind of do these really special things for our customers right now. Whereas like if you order from a Sephora, it's coming in a blank box.
Right.
So they don't
A
even
brown
have like
box.
custom taped, or do they? I don't even
think
know.
they do.
No, I don't think they do.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
you know, every single one of those things like adds up, right?
Yeah,
like
I
it's
agree.
so much cheaper to ship in a normal box.
For
but
sure.
I also, again, it's like goes back to that customer experience, and I really want them to feel like, you know, they're investing in something really special.
Mm-hmm.
And it blows my mind every day that people are still spending their literal money on our brand,
Yeah.
on something that like I created. And
Yeah.
I remember even when we made the body butter jars, and they like came, and I sent one to myself to see how it would ship.
Sure.
And like opening up the package and looking at it, I'm like, wow, this looks like a real product.
Yes.
This is so
like,
cool.
This is
I did
real.
this.
Yeah.
Our tangible item in
Like,
front of
it
us.
looks like a real thing. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, I designed all of the packaging and everything, and like I sourced all the products
Yeah.
from the suppliers, and like also formulated it and all that. And so it was really crazy in the beginning, like seeing it and thinking, wow, that's insane.
That's yours.
Or like even the lip gloss, like it looks just like a lip gloss you would buy at Sephora. It works just
Yeah.
like a lip gloss you would buy at a Sephora. And I'm like, it's insane.
Everything's
Look at
so
that.
sexy.
cool.
Like
Oh my god,
I love it. No, I mean I
you.
think it's incredible.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I mean, you are just truly crushing it. And I feel like you just made my entire Christmas shopping list get
So
so much
easy.
simpler.
We are doing a Black Friday little
Yes.
that I told you about.
Yeah.
So that'll be really exciting.
Mark
so you can
calendars.
wait until next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I know.
I want one of everything that's happening.
Perfect. I love those kinds of customers.
I know, right? We are those people. We're
Yeah,
like
we are.
we need everything that you have.
Yep.
That's my favorite. I love that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's really meaningful that you
Thanks for
took time out of your crazy busy schedule to come on here. Anything else?
No, it was super fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about everything, and I cannot wait to get that candle.
No, same.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait to come tour the space.
Come
Oh,
anytime you
yeah.
want.
That'd be
Cool.
so fun.
We're there all day, every day.
I love it.
Literally on the weekends too. So we never leave. We
I love
practically
it.
sleep there.
Amazing. Awesome.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. Okay. Double tap. Double.
Bing, bing.